Guys, we've got a problem. Middlewerk and his Hanso Foundation cronies are officially off the grid, running to who knows where. I mean, I guess on the one hand, I should be pretty happy. Maybe that little street bumping incident spooked the good doc. He's accelerating things, because he knows that we're onto him, that we're gonna get him. On the other hand, he's gone, and I don't have the funds or the time to buy a ticket to the wrong city. Maybe the answer's in the facts. Okay, let's think. I'm in Copenhagen. I know that the #2 officer at the Hanso Foundation, Thomas Werner Middlewerk, is investigating the Hanso family shipping history, which just happens to involve the slave trade. I also know that another officer at the Hanso Foundation, Hugh McIntyre, is having an affair with someone from the Global Welfare Consortium. Now, seeing as the GWC is supposed to keep the Hanso Foundations of the world on the up and up, this is sort of like the Environmental Protection Agency sleeping with Exxon. And finally, a man named Mr. Paik has built a ship for the Hanso Foundation, which could relate to Middlewerk's investigation of an island by the equator. I don't know. Maybe I spooked Middlewerk a little bit too hard. I mean, yeah, I've learned a lot, but I don't know where to jump to next. I don't even know where it all connects. I don't even know if it connects to Hanso himself. I mean, I guess maybe I should be grateful that I'm alive, but alive is not giving us answers, and we want answers, don't we?
Yes? Of course I'm working. What's fire? Okay. Which institute? If you need me, I'll gladly be there when I... You hire me to fix things. It'll be fixed. When I've finished here.
Needless to say, Rachel soon left Copenhagen. Her next stop was Iceland. She received a tip from old nemesis Gidget Girl about a fire at the Hanso Foundation's Vik Institute in Iceland, part of the mental health appeal. The fire stood out as unusual because a famous mathematician, Vijay Vernovsky, was killed. Yet the fire didn't start until 3 in the morning. What was a famed mathematician doing in a mental health clinic at that time? And in the infamous, mysterious basement that the director of the institute, Dr. Armand Zander, was unsure of its purpose. Once in Iceland, Rachel's first order of business was to arrange a covert meeting between herself and Dr. Zander.
Smile, you're on purse cam. I'm about to meet with Armand Zander, director of the Vik Institute, where that mathematician just happened to be visiting a mental patient. Wish me luck.
We are, of course, very strict about enforcing visiting hours, but mistakes do happen.
I know that's the story you practiced, and it's convincing, but I'm not from the times, Doctor.
Well, who are you?
Just a concerned citizen.
No, you have 3 seconds to come clean before I walk out.
I read your letter.
What letter?
The one to Middlework, about the savants, the forced memory test, the third basement. They've lied to you. They're lying to everyone. They don't want the world to know that V.G. Banowski was at your institute. Why?
I can't talk to you.
Listen, I might not be from the Times, but if you walk out that door, the people knocking on your door tomorrow, they will be.
I didn't know what I was getting into when I took this job.
And what are you getting into?
You read my letter. The third basement, Miss Blake. It's not full of mental patients. They are mathematicians, called from the world's finest, paid to come in undercover and work in secret. Only I'm sure some of them don't want to be there. I don't know. They work day and night on this equation. And then there's the savants.
What about them?
These are autistic savants, Miss Blake. Their computational powers are unsurpassed. They keep them in this room. It's comfortable, I've seen to that. First and foremost, I am a doctor. But all day they are running this equation over and over.
What kind of equation is this?
It's like nothing I've seen. There are these symbols. I asked one of the mathematicians, and he said that they were representational.
Representational of what?
I've always thought they looked like Egyptian hieroglyphics. There are 5, maybe 6 of them in there, and it's a vulture, a staff.
You need to show me them.
I've answered your questions, Miss Blake. Now answer mine. Who are you? Why are you doing this?
The answer to that is the reason that I can't tell you. Trust me, you're safer not knowing. Dr. Xander, while you still have a chance, get away from them.
There is no getting away from them. Haven't you realized that yet?
This startling new conspiracy caught Rachel off guard, as it didn't appear to have any relation to anything that she had discovered in Copenhagen. The next day, Rachel received an email from Dr. Xander showing her the 5 hieroglyphs he had mentioned. Their ominous translation? Underworld. Does this mysterious equation being worked on at the Big Institute have anything to do with the Valenzetti equation that Gary Trout made the centerpiece of his attacks against the Foundation? What connections, if any, do these hieroglyphs have to that equation? Unfortunately, Dr. Xander would be unable to provide any further aid to Rachel. Shortly after sending her the email, he vanished, and his whereabouts have not been determined since. Gidget Girl confirmed for Rachel Blake, who admitted that she was the hacker Persephone, that the Valenzetti equation was central to Dr. Middlework's plans. Middlework had traveled to the Italian Riviera, birthplace of Valenzetti, and the last known location that he was ever seen at. Could Enzo Valenzetti still be alive? Rachel Blake traveled to Italy to find out.